Sorry, guys. Sorry. Oh. Casey, where was that hit? I actually shut the stream off by mistake.
He went down and golfed it into just over the short steps, head into left field.
So like that hit the first game, kind of. You may not remember it.
Pitch was way down and he just went.
Okay. Very sorry, everyone, especially Nate's mom. If you're watching, we missed Nate's hit. I accidentally hit the off button. I'm losing feeling in my extremities.
It was really beautiful.
Early stages of hypothermia. Possibly the prettiest hit you've ever seen that we just missed.
Should have sent a poet.
It would have taken a poet to do justice to that hit.
Yeah.
Nate Stark apparently took a pitch down and away and served it in the left field for a base hit. Did 1 run score?
Yeah, 1 run scored. Casaza kind of.
It was a golf shot.
Went back to second,
Little
thinking
chip
maybe
shot.
there was a shot the second base or shortstop would get it. But it was well into left field actually.
Okay. Now we got a new pitcher.
Kranz. He actually follows us on Twitter.
This guy does? Oh, is he the guy who we were tweeting, exchanging?
Yeah.
Okay. So he was the one who wasn't too happy with their placement, right?
Right.
So I see we're back up to 4. I think we were close to 10. Sorry. Sorry. Accidentally hit the off button.
Sorry.
Sausage fingers of mine. Stupid.
Well,
Lost half our stream.
it's so easy to find my Grand Slam. I can just go right to the beginning of the video.
Mm-hmm. Like the collar, Casey. Okay, so we're back. Base is still loaded. Accidentally hit the off button on the phone. Dropped the stream, picked it right back up. Pat is over here snickering. I lost the stream. I accidentally shut the phone down.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we missed Nate Stark's hit. So Nate had an RBI single. Everyone advanced 1 bag. It's 4-0. Nobody out still. Bottom of 5, I believe. New pitcher by the name of Kranz. Kranz did some tweeting before this tournament. He was the voice coming out of the Utah desert. It was a foul ball to the left side. It was on Twitter with some concern about where the Dodgers were put in terms of the divisions. Dodgers finished second place last year down in the Cactus Division. Kranz, who might be their manager. Casey reached out to left. That's going to drop. It's dropping. That's going to score 2. Mike Lippert almost ran down Diamond Dan Casaza. Never thought I would say that in regards to Diamond Dan Casaza. So Lip knew that was down. Diamond Dan did the smart thing and just stayed on third base because he's going to score. Even if it's caught, he's going to score by tagging. But by that time that ball dropped, Mike Lippert was on his heels. Casey reached out for that, served it in the left field, knocked in 2. Mammoth asserts some control, up 5-0 now. Nobody out. There's a shot to left. It's going to be caught. Once again, kind of a little bit reaching on that swing. Hit it well. Nice inning for the Mammoth. Feels like this is what we needed. Mammoth now up. Might be 6. I'll find out after this inning. Bottom of the 5th though. 1 out. And we got a pinch hitter. The mayor of Hopkins, Pat Hamlin. Pat, his wife Kat, and his, I gotta get this right, his daughter Haven have made their debut both in our house and in this lineup. Pat and his crew were kind of quarantined in a hotel for the first part of this tournament. Caught COVID down here, came down early. And now he's back.
Hey, I'm on you now, Smolik. Ignore the shortstop.
Chance here to contribute to the team. Let's see how he does.
We're good. Nobody.
Good swing. Pat's very short to the ball. Not a big load, although I've talked to him before about his load. I think it's something that he's conscious of, and I think it's something that he's working on doing. If you watch close, you can see he's got a little toe tap. I think Pat's tendency is similar to my tendency, and that's to want to be so direct to the ball that I think that does two things. One, it limits your power, and two, I think it encourages a top-down swing.
Run it.
Pat's going to advance the runners. Second and third, 2 outs. Pat moved the runners over. Just finish that thought.
You're up, Smolik. Yeah. Jax is coming in the previous non-runner. Oh, wait. No,
Got a non-running situation. Dan Smolik is supposed to be batting right now, but he's...
Jax, it's Hanlon now.
Hanlon, you're on third.
Dan Smolik was running for someone. He's now supposed to be batting, so we just have to put a runner in for Dan.
This is confusing.
Yes. I think when you're too direct to the ball with your hands, like I have a tendency to be, and I think Pat has a tendency to be, it's easy to kind of reverse the swing sequence. You kind of swing from the top down rather from the ground up. You're not driving off that back foot. You're not drawing power up from the ground. You're just kind of spinning through the ball with your top half. And I've tried to work on a load to try to get away from that. Oh, there's a chopper. Get fouled. Dan won't like that. He didn't like that. He's shaking his head. So I think Pat is working on a load. Maybe we'll talk to him about that. Pat's a smart guy. Mentioned before, still kind of waiting for Dan to get into one.
Let's go, Smoke. Get your pitch on.
Guys on second and third.
No one on, Casey. You're right there.
Be a
Good.
nice time to see that. That's a shot to right center. That's going to fall. That's what we're talking about. That's the Dan Smolik getting into one I was talking about. Dan on second base. Boy, that's great. Dan giving himself a little clap. I can tell you his feeling right now is relief. That feeling is happiness. I'll ask him about that on the boat tonight. Really opening this game up now. We needed this game. We found out, now this game isn't over. I got to be careful, but we're definitely, the wheels are up. We're off the runway. We're reaching cruising altitude. Seatbelts are coming off. Still got to land the plane now. At any rate, we needed this one. The team we play tomorrow, we've beaten once, but might be the best offensive team we've seen. And they just beat Lakeville, which is no small feat. If we lose this one, it truly makes tomorrow a must-win against a team that appears to have a lot of fight left in it.
Run it out, Matt. Run it out.
Got to make the throw. Does. Great inning, though. Great inning for the Mammoth. Good at bat. Good at bat, Matt. Good work. Mark, what do we got for a score? Do you know? What do we got for a score?
8-0.
8-0. Wow. It's a big inning. 7-run inning for the Mammoth. We had one of those in the second game, I believe, that really woke us up. So, Pat, I was talking about your approach up there. And I suggested that you've been working on incorporating a load into your swing. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Are you conscious of your
I was
load?
trying to think about it with him because he was so slow.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think? You think hands back, lower half forward, kind of create that stretch?
Body moving back.
Really?
Yeah, and then on that ground out, I just took a lazy swing because he beat me low, and so I just want to make contact with him.
Yeah.
I didn't make a good swing. I kind of regret
I suggested
not
that
putting a hard swing on.
that one of the things that I've struggled with as I've gotten older. When I was younger, I could kind of just go hands to the ball and spin through the ball, and I had the
I
power.
gotta get everything.
And now I really got to get in sequence because otherwise I don't hit the ball with any authority at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I had one good swing up there, and I just missed the ball by a foot.
Yeah. You did have a good swing. The one that you swung through?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good swing.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that you should feel good about wearing that sweatshirt anymore.
No.
With the goat on it. You
Yeah,
might want
with
to
the
cover
pink.
that up,
Yeah.
until you get a hit. But otherwise,
Right, yeah, you can't really wear that around.
I mean,
I still am by far the best documenter on the team. By
you should.
far.
You should. Are you going to send around these pictures
Yeah.
to the team? Are you? Yeah. You going to send them to me too?
Yeah. Yeah, I got like probably 9 or 10 pictures here, but yeah, different angles. When I'm serious, I'll show them.
Excellent. I want to blow those up and put them on my ceiling. What a ridiculous conversation that was. Back to Pugsley. The wonderfully named Pugsley. I heard someone on the other side say, "Here we go, Pugs." Pugsley is A-OK in my book. Godspeed to you, Pugsley. That's one out. Quick one out. This is what you want after a big inning. You want your starting pitcher to come out there and just put up a quick one, get back in the dugout, and keep the momentum. A little bit more blue sky now. The sun, more sun and less wind. It's slowly but surely warming up. 8-0 Mammoth. There's a shot down the left field line. Foul ball. 8-0 Mammoth. Top of the 6th.
But doesn't he look
He kind of walks like this.
Yeah.
It's similar
And
to
then
Magnet.
the eye black.
This guy's
That guy's a lot bigger.
an athlete. Athletic build.
Well, he's just
Matching socks.
never messes up like this.
He's just a solid dad.
It's a hard hit ball up the middle. That's going to get into the outfield for a base hit. Here's Mr. Riley. Riley has been very personable today, doing most of the catching, I think all of the catching. Having some friendly chatter with the Mammoth. Apologizing now for calling time rather late in the setup. This appears to be one player at least who may have come into the game with, if not regretting the where that last game went between this team, is at least conscious of it and doing his part to find that fraternal spirit. Big swing from Riley. He throws hard. He came in basically to close that game. We scored 4 against him, but he's got a good arm. Big swing, too high. Dan's under it. You can hear Billy yelling Danny to come in. Still stiff enough breeze. Balls are getting knocked down. There's the catcher, Hinkle. It's been very quiet. Rick Hinkle talked about offering Mr. Hinkle a clean slate coming into this game. It's just done nothing but put its head down, get hits. Looks like another hit from Mr. Hinkle. High fly ball to right center. That was kind of an Arizona hit. Just too much outfield. Brian the Condor Bushman could not swoop in and catch that. Billy was shaded a little bit to the left side of second base, I think. Just dropped in there. First and second, 2 outs. Short swing there, fouled off. Strike 1. Brian Duran has been in complete control. The Dodgers have gotten a couple guys in scoring position. Last inning, they had the bases loaded. Yet to score a run, 8-0 Mammoth. He's been a wonderful addition. Really good dude. Jackson Myers' teammate. Roommate, actually. Jackson, owner of Battalion Bats. There's a shot to Dolly. He gloves it. Takes the runner. Gets a let's go from Brian. Let's give Brian a high five here. Let's give him a fist bump. Let's make sure he gets a fist bump from the chat.
See what we need.
See, we need.
Attaboy, let's go. Attaboy. Thank you. Good inning.
What do we got?
Diamond Dan, the big smile. Nice play, Dolly. Tough hop. Nice play. 9-10 top. We're going to turn the order around again. 8-0 Mammoth.
Get a few more, boys. Few more.
No mercy. On base, but I was up with the picking up Ralston, and he's like, hold up. Like, and I'm like, no, wait, they didn't catch it. And he's like, they're not getting that one, he says. And I'm just like, oh, good. Talking about
Hey,
hit here.
nice hit. Thank you. Nice hit. I was saying on that stream, right before that swing or that at bat, I'm like, we really haven't seen Dan get into one. We got into that one.
That was just square. That was the 97 at EV from Hit Tracks.
I watched Nate hit one about 3 inches off the ground. I was like, I can do that too.
And that's when you hit the ball well, that's what you do, right? It's right center.
Yep.
Those big line drive fly balls that go forever. That was great.
The third one's the important one, right? Somewhat nice. Oh, I mean, I'm nice.
8-0.
I said
8-0. It was a huge inning. Another 7-run inning.
Yeah.
Did that in the second game. We really did.
So a little more fun and enjoy this tournament.
Kind of loosen up. I mean, 1-0 is tight. This is got some. And Brian's just complete control out there. Brian, he looks complete coming in.
Really good. Low, as Ken was calling it, low pressure innings. We were on a phone call on the way to Twin Peaks last night. Ken called, asked about the games and asked about Stark's pitching. Was kind of mentioned something called. Let's watch this. Kind of mentioned something called. All of a sudden, it was pitcher talk in the car. And he started talking about like low pressure,
Low leverage.
pitches or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
Where it was like really not taxing on your arm. You know.
Yeah.
It's not like you have the bases loaded and you're like really concentrating on each pitch. You're just kind of up there. So that was an interesting thing to think about, the difference between 60 or 70 or 90 high pressure pitches versus 60 or 70, 90 just kind of pitches, you know, where you're able to just kind of relax. Two different.
Do you think you feel a difference in your arm?
Well, that's what I think so.
I could see like mentally and
Yeah.
but
Right
it's
away.
the arm. Huh?
I don't know. I'd like to know more about it. So it was the first time I'd really heard a couple pitchers talking about something like that, which I'm not a pitcher, so I wouldn't know.
Good swing.
Ball
Right
right
away,
side.
Grill.
Boom. All right, Grayley, start us, babe.
8-0 Mammoth, bottom of 6.
Catcher's pretty nice guy, talks a lot. He pitched against us yesterday. Played first base
I've
for
been talking about him. He was one of the guys who got a little chirpy.
There it is.
Nico's been really quiet too. I think the whole team is making an effort to kind of.
that's pretty cool.
It's great. It's great. I said at the start, like even with Hinkle, I think he deserves. Maybe he had a bad shrimp the night before, right? So you just don't know what was going on. Maybe just had a bad day, and these guys just put their head down and play today. So.
As a man, who's had bad shrimp before, and
Well, I mentioned that earlier, that I haven't gone into the bad shrimp story. It's been kind of a boring stream. Maybe we should get into that. Maybe a well between innings.
What I tell you?
Getting tired.
Come on.
I'll just remember that. You know, part of that story is that
You get
your
too
roommate
long.
at the time, Bob Gordon, doesn't have one of his senses of smelling. Apparently, he's a man with 5 senses
He doesn't have the sense of
or
smell.
4 senses.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Well, how does he taste?
Well, that's the interesting thing. There's a guy
He's a
who loves
foodie
food.
too, exactly. That man never ceases to amaze me. You know, he was a punt, pass, and kick champion when he was like 12 years old.
That does not surprise me, actually.
We were going to Palm Springs, 8-0 Mammoth, bottom of the 6th. We were going to Palm Springs.
Go, go,
It was a
go,
pass
go.
ball, Gurley going to second base. We're going to Palm Springs. We're walking out of the airport, and he just drops out of nowhere. I don't know how it came up. But I found out as we were walking out of the airport that he was a pass, punt, and kick champion. And he said it so casually, like it wasn't something to be marveled at. Talking about Bob Gordon, if you're in the TC Mabel, he's your secretary. Former punt, pass, and kick champion. A foodie who lacks a sense of taste? Sense of smell, you said.
Heads up.
He's fine.
I got
What a remarkable man he is.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, talk about overcoming your disabilities.
Tom, could you go check and see if my stream's still up?
I'll take a
Taking
look.
a while. Go, 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 go. Come on, you can get there.
Reaching roller to second base. Oh, second baseman. I don't think he could see it because this is a terrible camera angle that I've got.
Here you go, Dan. Have some fun.
Second baseman charged, tried to scoop it with his glove instead of trying to barehand it. Kind of snow coned it, popped out. The snow cone fell to the ground.
Let it loose, Dan. Here we go.
Mike Dahl reached first base. Now we got first and third, nobody out. Back to the top. They may be in trouble here. I would anticipate something well struck.
Go. Way to lay off.
Called the ball by the umpire. I think even our side's surprised about that. 1-0. Called that one a strike. 1-1.
No, they are.
I don't know what that pitch is. I haven't really watched this pitcher. See if I can get a look at it. I think it's just sidearm sloppy fastball. 8-0 Mammoth, bottom of 6. Mammoth open up for 7 in the bottom of the 5th. Threatening to score more here. It's a close game through 5, 1-0. I don't believe so.
Why was
I don't
Hinkle
believe
staring
so.
at him there? He goes out and talks to him, and then comes back in and stares at Dan the whole fucking time. I mean, the whole darn time.
Well, they were the two. He was the guy that. Oh, now Dan's looking back at him. Why are we doing this? Let's just not do this. It's so dumb. I don't know. I mean,
Why don't we throw at him?
I think Dan's laughing about it now.
Don't follow us on Twitter if you're gonna throw at our guy.
Just let it go. Just let it go and let's go. It's just frustrating. So the sequence here is Hinkle, who was the guy. Pat, just fucking stupid. Just let it go, man.
Problems over there.
Hinkle was a guy who was chirping the loudest and giving us a lot of attitude last game. Diamond Dan in particular. If you know Diamond Dan, you know that he's not going to back down to a chirp. So there was a little back and forth. I think it's fair to say and objective to say that Hinkle tried to carry it further, given Diamond Dan the death stare every time he took to the plate. Hinkle was catching. So there we saw Hinkle call timeout, go out to the pitcher. Diamond Dan's at the plate. They're down 7-0, 8-0, first and third. Hinkle walks back to the dugout. Diamond Dan gets hit.
Why do we get a
Pretty
warning?
clear what happened.
What do we do? So they can send a guy out, call a pitch to throw at, and then we get warned?
Pretty clear what happened. Hinkle instructed the pitcher to hit him. Pitcher hit him. Now the umpires issued a warning to both sides, which I actually agree with. I mean, you could probably heard Billy in the background saying, "What are we getting the warning for?" I heard the umpire telling Ralston at third, Pat Ralston at third, doing that because I don't want you guys retaliating. I think that's the way to handle it. Put an end to it. It's going to drop. It does drop. It's going to score 1. Going to score 2. The ball gets by the right fielder. Diamond Dan wheels into third base. We were doing so well this game. We have to engage in that silliness. It's so dumb.
Got you over here, but
Try not to be judgmental. You try to give people the benefit of the doubt. And he acts like a 14-year-old talking about Hinkle. Anyway, hopefully that's the end of that. We're back to baseball. 2-run score on that play. Mammoth move up 10-0. First and third, Nate Stark missed his hit last time. We will keep our thumb away from the off button this time. I know his parents watch, at least I know his mom watches. She said hello to me at a Federal League game this summer. Mentioned that she watches the streams from down here, or watches these streams down here, really enjoys them. There's a pop up third base side. Probably going to be caught, but you never know. It is caught. Wow, Lip advanced on that. Jesus. Crazy. That was a pop up to the third baseman. Heads up Lip. Tagged. Went from first to second. I'm not sure where that second baseman was, but apparently he had lost track of Lip, and Lip saw that and scampered to second base. So now we have 2 guys in scoring position. 2 outs. Casey Johnson at the plate. Mammoth 10. Dodgers nothing. Oh, Casey jumped out at that. Nice strong throw to third. Well, there must have been 1 out. Now there's 2 outs. Scores a run though. Once again, I dropped the ball as a streamer. At any rate, score now stands at 11-0 Mammoth. Dodgers have someone warming up. Nate Jackson at the plate. I think Nate's going to drive Lip in. 2-out hit here. Line drive to left. Ground ball left side. Gloved. Thrown. Out. Good inning for the Mammoth. Add a few more. You know, on the one hand, look, Diamond Dan is a polarizing figure. We've talked about this on this stream before. If there's going to be one guy in this team, if you're a hothead, emotionally shallow person, maybe insecure, if you have some of these things going on the other side, I think if you're looking for somebody on our side to kind of cast as a villain, I think it's always going to be, not always, but often going to be Diamond Dan, because he's not afraid to play the heel. But there was nothing going on from either team until Hinkle decided to do a mound visit and tell his pitcher to hit Diamond. I mean, what I'm saying is that I can understand getting frustrated with Diamond Dan at times if you're an opponent, but there was no reason to be frustrated with him today. That's just immaturity. Yes, sir.
How do you get that hot tub hot?
Are you asking seriously? Do you understand the history of the hot tub?
No.
Oh my God, we haven't been able to get that thing above 94.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been a warm bath.
Really? Did you contact the owner?
Multiple times.
Yeah. He said something to me yesterday, and I can't remember what he said. I didn't get it done, but you've obviously talked to
We've
him
tried.
about it.
Casey actually went on to Google, and he went into
He went all the way on the Google.
He went all the way to Google, and then he Googled like the instructions how to set up a hot tub,
Okay.
and he thought he figured out a way. I won't get into it because neither you nor the stream is interested in the details.
Maybe
but
you don't know that. You got 11 people there. You might have like 3.
at any rate, we
Big
never got
market
it above
segment that's
90,
interested.
96. And the first night we were sitting in 96-degree water. We got out. Both Casey and I had to take showers immediately. We were so cold.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The pool's warm.
Yeah, well, it wasn't supposed to be heated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't want it heated?
Well, the guys wanted the hot tub and then the cold pool. That's kind of the.
gotcha.
Instead, we got the cold hot tub and the hot
That's
pool.
like aiming for a swim in the pool yesterday.
Oh yeah, big swim from Hamel. In our first game against these guys, I was hoping that Hamel's celebration is the Hamel Camel. Dorothy Hamel was an Olympic figure skater, U.S. I think that, I'm not exactly sure what the Hamel Camel was. I think you're on one leg, you've got your other leg stretched out behind you, so your legs are forming a 90-degree angle. And then you spin. Figure skating's gotten a lot more athletic over the years. I think that was considered the height of athleticism and elegance back then. It's known as a Hamel Camel. I wonder if Hamel is aware of that possibility. Maybe I'll take him aside after the game. We're in the top of the 7th, I think, now. Mammoth up, I believe 10 or 11-0. There's a ground ball up the middle. Casey's got him shaded that way. Glove's kind of a wonky hop. Throws to Dan Smolik at first. 2 down. Game has kind of settled into a fairly rapid pace, at least when they're batting. Brian Duran has been in absolute control. There's been 2 innings where there's been a runner on second base. One of those innings, they got a guy to third, had the bases loaded, but they have not been able to score a run. This guy's a good player. I would call myself a fan of number 5. He played with a lot of exuberance. He was kind of a let's go guy in our first game, but nothing wrong with a let's go guy, right? Down here, you're having fun, you're excited. It's when let's go turns into let's go hit that guy that you have an issue. Curveball, he's got a good swing. Good player. Reminds me a little bit of Aaron Smolinski, who might be watching. Just kind of a scrappy presence up there. Big swing for guys. I don't think I've ever heard Aaron Smolinski utter that kind of swear word at that volume. We're running out of the box, but Aaron, if you're listening, I meant that comp as a compliment. Let's take a walk through, maybe get a little bushy. Been a couple innings since we've checked in with Brian Bushman.
The T is for taste.
How we doing, Bushy? Yeah.
Got Tom G holding down the pod.
That's right, holding down the pod. Total command.
I love it. Thank you.
How we doing, Dolly?
Doing well, how about you?
Good.
I do not even know. I would say 7th, but I'm not sure.
Was that 7th or 8th?
7th inning.
We have 12? Yeah. We have 12, okay. Yeah, 12-0. 12-0.
12-0.
Hey, Tom, you might be hitting.
For everyone's sake. I'd rather not. I'm kind of cold.
You're hit. Don't think that way. Do you want me to
prefer
take this
not
and let
to.
you warm up?
No, I don't. I haven't heard, so I'm just assuming not.
I'll be here when you're ready.
I'm gonna bat.
When are you bat? When am I batting now?
Before me
bat
after Lippert.
Where are we now?
We're here. Come around to me. You're gonna bat.
Is there any chance that we don't get back to me?
Come on.
Do you need to get tagged in?
We gotta get you in.
We're
this
gonna
game.
get me in. I'm gonna.
Tom,
I'm
you
gonna
gotta go in this game, bro.
I'm gonna bat for
You're
Nate
gonna
Stark.
smash with a line.
Come on, come on, come on, come on!
6 hopper to first base. Nice scoop by the first baseman. That's one out. That was Pat Hanlon grounding out to the third baseman. Got Dan Camerath. This is Dan's, I believe, second at bat of the tournament. Dan is a former Coyote transplant. Lives down here in Phoenix now. Randy tells me that he was a very powerful hitter back in his Coyote days. So when we come down here, Dan joins our roster. He was sick the first day of the tournament, so he missed the first 2 games. Only a second at bat. It'll take him a little while, I think, to get into the swing. 2 quick outs. Matt Vanderbeek. It's a big swing, big fly. Left fielder makes a nice running catch. Wow, that was a quick inning. We move to the top of the 8th. Mammoth 12. Dodgers, nothing. So we're flying to a Vegas tournament. None of us stopped for breakfast before we got on the plane. We got in at about 11 o'clock. We went basically from the airport to one of the buffets. And I attacked the shrimp buffet. As you know, if you go down there, a lot of these buffets have uncooked shrimp, right? Chilled shrimp. And if you've ever seen one of those videos where you've got a sperm whale kind of breaching and they got their mouth open and they're sucking in all that plankton, that was me. And those shrimp were the plankton. I mean, I probably ate 2 pounds of shrimp. Well, that proved to be a mistake because maybe the next day I started feeling symptoms of food poisoning. Those symptoms manifested as, let's just say, turbulence on both ends. And the turbulence coming out of the mouth was but some of the foulest stuff. I won't try to describe it because it was really gross. At any rate, I was windy on both ends. Bob Gordon had to share a room with me. So we're lying there in bed at night, and I can't pass this shrimp. It's just sitting in my gut, creating all of this turbulence on both ends. 8 coming in for 20. And Bob Gordon, he's in a second bed in that bedroom. He's got to sit there and listen to these eruptions. Every 10 minutes or so, there would be an eruption from one end to the other. But when I think of that night, I don't exactly remember the room configuration. Mammoth up, 11-0, 12-0, top 8. But I always kind of picture 2 beds pressed against opposite walls. In the middle, you have like a bedstand. And I picture myself in the one bed, maybe on my stomach or on my side. You know, like Old Faithful. An eruption every now and then. And I picture Bob in the other bed facing the wall and splayed up against the wall like a spider, trying to get as far away from me as he possibly can. Bob's always been very considerate and not sharing that story with people because he thinks I'm embarrassed by it. I'm not embarrassed by it. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, at the time, it wasn't a pleasant experience. Food poisoning never is, but in hindsight, it's something that we can all laugh about. So to talk about Eric Hinkle maybe having a bad shrimp. There's a walk. Maybe Eric had a bad, that's not Eric. I don't know what his first name is. Maybe this Hinkle had a bad shrimp his first night. Maybe it caused some of that unpleasantness we saw from him in the first game. We seem to be seeing the lingering effects of that bad shrimp today as well, though, so that's the story of the shrimp. Let's get back to the game. Man on first, top of the 8th. Nobody out, Mammoth up. I think it's 12-0. Number 47, very quiet. Backhand from Grilly. Nice throw to second. Are we going to get 2 on this? Incredible. What a beautiful turn. Grilly had to go deep in the hole for that. Beat the runner from first, heading for second by a step. Strong relay from Casey to first. Beat the runner going down to first by a step. Casey's done a really good job on his transitions this tournament. It's been a lot of them, a lot of double play balls that he's received and thrown to first. I am getting tired, I'll tell you that. Fall back.
Right. That was the conversation.
2 strikes. Good wood, but not deep enough. Diamond circles under it, catches, that's 3. Another quiet inning. What a nice performance by Brian Duran.
Nice job, you guys.
I meant for Stark.
Yeah. Hey, you're gonna hit after Dolph.
Okay. I'm gonna be hitting soon. I gotta go.
I'm right after you.
Warm up. You're right after me? No, I'm added to the bottom.
Oh, you got added?
I'm pretty sure if I swung for the fences right now, Bear would get to the outfield.
Yeah, don't try to hit a jack on this. You're after Doll, I think. Pat, are you hitting for someone?
He told me I was leading off, so.
Okay, you're hitting for someone.
Yep.
That would be Girl.
Do somebody that needs to hear from you.
Girl, did you check him in?
I know, I will go now.
What's up, Tomcast?
Hello, world.
There's the pitcher right there. Good man. Matthew Beal. So if you can go to third or second, do you have a preference? Okay. I told Dolly to go to second. I let you probably come into third, so. Pat Ralston rips one up the middle. Second baseman's there. Steps and fires. That's Pat. Hi, babe.
In your
You're not gonna fucking take a pitch and fucking hit the ball. Can I borrow some of this? Here you go. There's one right here. Thank you. Got a hit to me last time. Yeah. Way to take up here.
Oh, yeah, that's team right there, team.
Sorry if I'm not getting footage here. Mike Dahl with a grounder to shortstop, fires on to first. We've had like probably Had a very quick 1-2-3 inning last inning. But now we got Tom G coming up. And do we really think he's not going to rip a ball into left field for a single? As mentioned before, he's got the old school baseball cap underneath the helmet. He's one of the last few people to rock that look. But who's to talk for me? I mean, I've got a collar on today. I've had the catcher make fun of me. I've had the first baseman make fun of me. Give that shoulder in. Hands in tight. Quite a bit of a grunt out there for a 47 mile an hour fastball from 47. I really hope Tom can get into something here. He's actually got a big hole there between third and short. It's a spot that he could hit it at. Let's go, Dan. Tom. Dan. Tom does have a brother named Dan and another brother named David. Mother named Sue. There's a shot into center that should get down. That could be a double. So he is going, turning two, running into two. Tom Genner, double into right center. That is great. Way to go, Tom. Dan Casaza coming up to bat. So Tom is, 1 for 3 on the day? I think he had a couple hits in the first game, or a couple at bats in the first game. He could have had 3. He did have an RBI in the first game, so he's had a quality day. Now hopefully we're done with the malarkey here about them trying to throw at Dan. Dan is a lightning rod for controversy, but I'm not sure why that is. I mean, he is talkative. He is, I don't know. I guess I've seen it both ways from Dan. Heck of a player, though. Let's see him rip something. And a heck of a guy. I like him. Big grunt there. Pitcher who threw at him earlier is now joking with him, so bygones, they say. I think the pitcher was just a vessel for Bald Bull from the Utah team who told him to go. Has just a, yeah, well, I'm sure Tom's talked about him a lot. And Tom felt bad mentioning his distaste for him yesterday because Tom just doesn't really let himself get drawn into that stuff, but the guy's a complete jerk. We don't need people like that in this game, or really, you know, you just gotta hope the guy gets help somehow. Let's go, Dan. Wow, just outside. The catcher's glove really didn't move too much there, so could have been set up outside a bit, but so what do we got? Rob Jones and Tommy the Cork in the chat? Is that right? I just swiped over to the chat. So Rob, it might have been discussed. Might look today. I think Tom might have even been. Yeah, Tom was video recording me while I was mentioning it. So of course it was mentioned in the chat or in the stream. I don't know if you saw it, but I basically look like you today, minus the mustache and a few other attributes. Got this collar going. I've been called Christy Mathewson. Well, I guess I called myself that. Been called Honus Wagner. And there's Tom. But nobody's called me Rob Jones. Seems the legend of Rob C. Jones isn't as popular down in Arizona as it is in Palm Springs. Because you know they know Rob C. Jones in Palm Springs. Oh, yeah. So Tom here, what he was able to do as a 50-some-year-old man, he decided to get some more flexibility into his life and took some Pilates classes, which I think really helped.
First swing, I just overswung. I realized I had to keep that front shoulder in.
Yeah.
I like that
Did you
kind
hear
of
me say
picture.
that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that kind of picture, 3/4, shows the ball. So I just kind of kept that front shoulder down. Outer half, drove it the other way.
Hey, Dolly, you got 2, right? Oh, cool.
Got 12, right?
Yeah. He's done good. Okay, sorry, Tom.
Oh, that's all it was. Then it fell and I got by him and I managed to scamper to second base.
Yeah. Did you know it was down the whole time?
No, I
'Cause
was
we-
doing the Carlton Fisk on the way down.
The 90-degree Carlton Fisk.
That's right. I mean, for most people, that's a meaningless chip shot in the late game situation. For me, that's the tournament.
What do you think?
Double.
What do you think your exit velocity was?
I hit it well.
Yeah.
Good crack. Solid.
Yeah.
I don't know, probably mid-70s.
Mid-70s.
Yeah. But that's a good hit for me.
Yeah.
It's a solidly struck. I took it away, I stayed down on it. I went through it. I knew off the bat that I hit it good.
Mhm.
Did well.
Yeah. I was right off the bat. I was like, oh, that's a hit, and we just had a few hang up today, and the environment down here is a little different. So I was like, that's not gonna hang up there, is it? And the good thing is it hung up there long enough where it actually turned into something, into a double, because he got aggressive with it. So this is, I'm sure Tom's mentioned a bunch of times, Brian Duran. I don't know. When you're talking about Tom, he might have got the name wrong, or at least questioned himself with it. But Brian's been really impressive. I kind of expected him to be solid. Looked at some of his numbers before I came down here just to see on some of these new guys who they were. He's pitched some 18-plus, pitches with the Voyagers, I guess, in the Federal League a little bit. And on the ride in, and I might be repeating some of the stories, because my stories coincide with Tom's stories, because we sit in a car together on the rides here and home, and if we had a hot tub warmer than 93 degrees, then we would sit in the hot tub and talk about these things too. Matthew playing a strong second base, just like second base has been played strong all day. No, I'm just kidding. But where was I going with this? I'm sorry, I got a chain link going on here. It's a good hitter here, Pugsley, number 2. Hasn't really hit much today. He's got a bad knee. Second base last time. But sprayed a couple of hits yesterday in the stadium game that we played against these guys. Oh, okay. So here's the story I was going to share. Is Brian Duran looks like a mix between well, the funnier way to say it, I guess, is if Ken and Randy had a baby, it would be Brian Duran. Great play over there at short by Grill. If you haven't heard that yet this tournament, then I don't know if Tom's been doing his job, because he's had great play after great play after great play before great play. I think we're in the top of the 8th. Top of 9. 12-0. 11-0. So here's a look at the facility. It's just an instructional fields. No stadium around here that I'm aware of. Got him by the grill. He is just very solid. Just a great job by Brian Duran. Wonderful.
Shoes, really shallow shoes, can be troublesome sometimes, but. Hey, thanks, Wolf. Hey, thank you. Nice job today.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Good job.
Good luck.
Good job. 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 Mammoth. 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 Way to get it, guys. Way to get it. Mammoth. 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 So that is a 11-0 win over Utah, which gives us 3 wins on the tournament. We are 3-2 with our losses coming earlier today by 1 run to Oklahoma. And earlier in the tournament, we lost to the Lobos of Lakeville, an outfit out of suburban Minneapolis. Hadn't heard of them before, but they beat us by 1 run as well. So the Mammoth, if this hasn't been announced already, have never lost by more than 2 runs, and they did that once, and every other loss was by 1. And there's a lot of wins to mix into that. The mayor, we're checking in on the commissioner, Mr. Lippert. Mr. Lippert bought us a cooler. It's the grounds crew. They got their Brewers gear on. Dolly's been huge this tournament. Grill, great. Starkey, Dan Camera, Scott Sievert, Jax.
What's up? Shit.
So what did we go? Remember when we were 12, we used to play in the park and you threw sidearm? Do that. Yeah.
All right.
Casey's a gangster of love.
What he's trying to
Thanks
say.
to love.
On to the next one. Get some sleep first.
Some sleep, a little bit of partying first, but then some sleep. We finally got some celebrating to do. I'd like to thank Bombat for giving me the opportunity to spend $250 on a bat that breaks, but still gets hits. Smolik's hit today was just great. Just absolutely laced a ball into right center. Look at Lippert in his typical position.
You got me my natural habitat.
Yeah. You just sit around your house like that.
Yeah, that's how I watch it.
Cam Akers is healthy. All right. What do you think? What can you tell us?
Well, I think
We are in the upper division. Did you expect us to be 3-2? Is that what we are?
We were 3-2, yeah. I think I didn't know what to expect. I mentioned that earlier. It's just hard to know. We've never played this high before.
Yeah.
I said, when you hear ex-pro, you think every pitcher's going to be doing good and every hitter's going to be
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, two of those wins are against a Utah team that doesn't have any pros, and that we've beat before, and so I think we did come into this kind of expecting to have a good chance to win those games, but we didn't know Brian was going to be able to go out there and throw a 9-inning shutout, right?
Exactly. No, I came down wondering, how competitive are we going to be? We're more than competitive. We can beat any team in this 5-team division. So I came in not knowing if we can make the playoffs. Now I think the cards fall right. We have enough to win the championship.
Yeah, we kind of said that today after playing Tulsa. And at that point, we had played every team in the tournament. And, there's no teams here that we can't beat. There's also probably no teams here that potentially couldn't beat us.
Exactly.
So
we're not a dominant team. We're not going to be dominated teams. So
I think,
it's well balanced.
the kind of fun thing about the Mammoth that has always been on the back burner, and it's been mentioned. Ken's mentioned this before, but the defense, right? Like, we just make plays. And I think on the car right here, you might have said something about how we're not your typical 35-plus team, or was that somebody else? Where we are athletic and we play that defense, or was that a different conversation that I was part of?
At some point, we've had that conversation.
Looking at
Yeah.
the viewers.
So,
We don't have guys who look like truck drivers and softball players. We have
Right.
guys who are athletic who can still.
yeah.
We're always one of the smaller teams in these tournaments, but we're also athletically fundamentally sound, which matters in fields this big.
Yeah.
Don't make errors, run balls down.
Right.
Don't have to be
Not a lot of, extra bases given away, and,
Tom, I've got breaking news. I see the commentary on there. They said the new nickname in town is Tommy Doubles.
Tommy Doubles.
That's the new nickname.
Is there?
Rumor has it.
I'm trying to give you the nickname the Condor because of your wingspan. I feel like out there you're like a condor. Just
Condor.
big
Condor.
bird, yeah.
You do have a
Shit,
wingspan.
it's like-
Wow. You can't even get it in
Am I
the...
supposed to do the bird thing or the arm thing?
I don't know.
Just look like Big Bird out there.
Thanks, Shep.
How did the TLB?
Appreciate that. You'd love to call people, figure out what birds people are.
Well, some people are more bird-like than others.
Yeah.
Bushy doesn't look like a bird, but he's got the wingspan of just a.
Can you comp my turtles? What my turtles would be if my turtles were birds?
Are your turtles named Cuff and Link, or was that Rocky? What are your turtles named?
One of them is Vlad, and one of them's Eloy. They're both named. Those are both named after baseball players. Then the other one is Riker, a Star Trek character. Some kind of a nerd.
Okay.
Yeah.
All three of those. At least you didn't name him like Wesley Crusher. You wouldn't have done that.
No.
My new nickname
Riker-
is Sib.
Riker's
Super
way
intense
cooler.
bat boy.
Sib?
Sib.
Sib.
Super intense bat boy.
All right. Put it on Urban Dictionary so people know what you're talking about.
Hey, oh my God, is this streamception? Can we do this? Can we cross the stream?
Crossing streams. So much power.
No. Yeah, we're crossing. Put me in the middle. There's one person out there that's watching both. I'm very confused.
Oh, I tell ya. So, there's Living on a Prayer, which I really don't like this song.
We wrecked that play.
Yeah, well, it was wet, but when we got out there... All right, so tonight, we get to use the neighbor's hot tub. Ours has been broken, and man, I tell you what, one of my favorite things to do down here is go in the hot tub because the old body needs it. Now let's talk to Brian.
There, but it's like the other day at the restaurant, I was like, ask him first because he's just going to say whatever I have.
All right, Brian.
What's up, buddy?
When's the last time you went 9 innings?
Never in my life.
Really?
That's the first big game shutout I've ever
Are you
had.
serious?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I swear to God.
You look like you do it all the time.
It felt good, man. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Really good.
I've had a couple. So
Team effort, man. I couldn't do it without you guys.
second win of the tournament too, because
Yeah.
you got the win on in that Yanis game.
Didn't I?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So this was, it seemed like you kind of breezed. You didn't have really any stressful innings.
I didn't have any stressful innings because our defense out there. You guys are lights out.
Yeah.
It's easy to pitch whenever the defense is money.
Yeah, I have no idea how many pitches you threw, but it had to be relatively low for a 9-inning complete game.
Yeah, I don't know how many, but it couldn't have been. I had a couple low inning.
Yeah.
Low inning
Right.
games. Or innings.
including that last one.
Yeah, felt good. Man.
That's nice to just, I mean, 12 or 11 nothing is one way to kind of ease the tension, but ninth innings can be rough. So excellent work out there.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Anything I can do to help the team out, I'm about it.
Well, you are doing plenty.
Appreciate it.
All right, I'm going to sign off then. And we are done here at Maryville. 1-1 on the day. Maybe I'll bust open the stream again and show you guys the hot tub that we've been talking about, because, I think that deserves some credit too. But we'll go home, and Tom and Smolik will probably try to catch some fish. Streamable content right there, I guess, too. But even though it's not about baseball, but it includes some pretty good baseball players. Cork, how would you rank your home run, Casey? Well, I feel about as tall as my shadow when I hit it. So that was pretty sweet. I came home. Oh my gosh. My legs were just giving out on me at the end, because the last time I ran 360 feet was probably last night from the cops. So having to do it twice in 2 days was taxing. But it was kind of big at the moment because it was the first inning of today's games, and I've been trying to get on track, and that was one way to get on track. I honestly just wanted the ball to land on the ground so I could get a hit, and that was it kind of went from one of those things. Remember my triple in Palm Springs, where it was kind of in the air and you're like, oh, that's a great hit. Oh no, it's gonna get caught. Oh, it's gonna be a triple or a home run, and then your emotions were kind of all over the place. You kind of mentioned that on the Palm Springs stream. This was a little bit like that. It was kind of roped, and then it was kind of in the air a little bit too long, maybe, and then it was, oh, that's gonna be a double. Oh, that's gonna be a triple. Pat's waving me around home, so it was a lot of emotions, and I was pretty pumped up. So anyway, it was 2-0 in there in the top of that inning, and that game ended up being a one-run game, and so it was almost very important. But at least it kept the streak alive of one-run games. I don't know if there's any reason to take any pride in that, but it's cool to. It's kind of like a cool side note or something. I think rather win all the time, but if you're gonna lose by one. That's what I always say. So anyway, I'll sign off to you, the last 7 of you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tonight or tomorrow. See you guys.